Hey, thank you so much for joining me for this ukulele play along. If you want to stick around with me toward the end, I have a story about why this song is so special to me. So hope you enjoy the play along and hope to see you in the latter half of the video. If you want the full finger picking tutorial, you'll have to visit my Patreon page. It's waiting there for you patrons. I'm going to leave that in a link in the description box below, as well as a pinned comment. Wise men say only fools are rushing, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Oh. Take my hand, take my whole life too, 'cause I can't help falling in love with you, 'cause I can't help falling in love with you. Hey, if you stuck around toward the end, thank you so much. I wanted to share with you what this song means to me personally. I have a little story about it. So it was around this time, I'm filming this around like late October. It's a beautiful fall day, a lot like what it is right now. It's sunny, gorgeous, a little warm, yet you can still have a nice cool breeze. The leaves were just changing beautiful colors like it is right now. Beautiful oranges, yellows, reds. I just really want you to get the picture of what it was like. Just get a picture in your mind. And I was dating someone at the time, and his name is Andy. And he gave me a call, it was a Friday, and said, hey, do you want to go out to dinner? I said, yes, I would absolutely love to, because that's what he normally did. He would take me out on Fridays and take me out to eat, because he's a great gentleman that way. So he said, well, make sure you wear something warm, wear a coat, because my car's air conditioning, not the air conditioning, my car's heat went out. And I thought, this is a brand new car. He had purchased a brand new car. I was like, the heat is out? That's awful. I thought that was awful. So I wore, a turtleneck sweater, and I had my jacket. He picked me up, and I noticed that the heat was on. I said, the heat's on, hon. And he said, yeah, it's fine. It just turned back on. Oh, okay, well, that's great. Where are we going to eat? Beautiful, fancy, very nice. I thought, wow, that's interesting. You're going to take me to a really, really fancy place. Ooh, that's nice. What's the occasion? But had the most beautiful dinner. Beautiful dinner. It was absolutely delicious. I remember what I had. I remember what it tasted like. There was live music there. It was a beautiful stringed quartet. It was gorgeous. There was a roaring fireplace next to us. absolutely romantic. And I remember when I was about 14, I was 14 years old, my father took me to a very similar place. And it was beautiful, had a beautiful ambiance, and bought me a beautiful dinner. And after dinner, he said, honey, I want you to expect no less from a man. And if somebody wanted to date me, expect no less. Now, did I listen to my father's advice? No, because I had dated some people before that were definitely not good for me, and just definitely weren't the right choice or the wrong timing, things like that. And but that memory flashed back in my mind, because here is Andy taking me out on this beautiful date, and it was gorgeous. Let me just tell you this. He's the kind of person that always opens every single door for me. Always. Always has, always will. Just always has opened every single door for me. And so when when I told him the story, recounted, I said, you know what this reminds me of? When I was 14, my father took me to a very similar place. I'd expect no less. And he looked at me and he said, I'm glad you're being treated the way that you ought to be treated. And I thought, well, this is so nice. This is so sweet. And then afterwards, after dinner, I got into the car, and I thought he was going to drive me home and drop me off. So he drove past my house, the street where he was supposed to turn past my house, my college house. And I said, wait, but you passed my house. What's going on? And he said, oh yeah, there's a get-together down by the lake. Let's just go. And I thought, you don't really like get-togethers, because he's pretty introverted. I'm extremely extroverted. But then he said, yeah, there's a group of our friends from our college ministry. They're getting together, and they're having a bonfire s'mores thing down by the river. And I thought, okay, that's not like you. Fine. And so I thought, wait a minute. We have been dating for almost 4 years. Is he going to propose? Is this it? Is this it? And I was starting to get a little excited, because we talked about marriage. We were very serious about our relationship at first, just saying, not like very serious, but just very intentional about dating. Like, if I'm going to date somebody, I want to make sure that they're marriage material, not wasting our time. So let's just get at that. So as we're driving toward the lake, I see that toward the river lake type thing. It's by water. I see a little bonfire, like in a fire ring pit, and my heart kind of sinks. I'm thinking, oh, wait a minute. It really is just the hangout with friends. He's not going to propose. And then I look a little closer, and there is a ring of candles. As he pulls closer, there's a ring of candles in the shape of a heart, and there's roses all around that ring. I'm going to cry just thinking about it. And he turns off the car, but leaves the sound on, and he puts in a CD, and the first song is Can't Help Falling in Love with You. Cranks up the volume, asks me to dance with him in the middle of the heart of the ring of candles. And I'm going to cry. And we slow dance in the middle of that ring of candles. And at the end of the song, he gets down on one knee and he says, will you make me the happiest man in the world? And will you marry me? And he pulls out this gorgeous ring. And of course I said yes. So huge shout out to Andy's buddy, Josh, for putting together the bonfire, the candles, while we were eating at the restaurant. And that's why he wanted me to make sure that I wore a coat, putting it all together. And he had made an entire engagement playlist that he played, that we could hear from the car. And there was a little bonfire with next to a bench, and we just sat next to each other, and we laughed and just talked about the future and talked about possible wedding dates and what life would be like together. And that was around this time in 2005. And in 2006, summer of 2006, we got married, and we have been together ever since. So this past August, we celebrated 15 years of marriage. We now have 3 beautiful children. And that's the story of Can't Help Falling in Love with You and why it is so special to me. And I hope that it's special to you too. Thanks for sticking around. Bye.